What's up, guys? So Carnage #1 comes out on Wednesday, November 22nd, and I wanted to tell you just a little bit about it. Now, as with all of the other books that I get to preview early, I'm not going to show you any interiors because I don't want to be the source of any leaks or spoilers or anything like that. But I wanted to talk about this one specifically because, I'll be honest, I don't really love any of the symbiote stuff that's going on with Marvel right now. The current Venom series, the end of the Venomverse, the edge of the Venomverse, anything involving a symbiote at Marvel, I'm kind of not really loving right now. And I do read all of it. I'm reading everything. Every time there's a new issue of one of those that comes out, I read them for the preview videos that I make with my LCS every Monday. So I'm definitely up to date with everything that's going on. But I just feel like the symbiote stuff isn't really special anymore, you know? You've got Eddie Brock and Bedlam and Dylan Brock and Venom, and then there's Toxin, and Black Widow has her own symbiote, and there's the Carnage symbiote, which just wrapped up the end of the Venomverse storyline, which was a bunch of symbiotes from a bunch of different universes, just all fighting against each other. And I just think it's too much, right? Like, I miss the days when we had Venom. Oh, and Venom's like a big evil Spider-Man, but he's an alien suit. That's pretty cool. And oh, who's this guy? Carnage. He's kind of like Venom, but he's even more deadly. That kind of stuff. Like, I sort of miss those days. And then nowadays, it feels like everybody and their brother has a symbiote. But with all that said, I want to talk about this because I actually quite like this. Now, when I saw that this was on my list for one of the books I was going to read for this weekend to talk about on those preview videos on Monday, because I wasn't really excited, right? Because I was like, another Carnage book, and I just finished reading about the Carnage symbiote in the end of the Venomverse miniseries. I didn't really love that too much. But guys, this is actually pretty darn good. So long story short, thanks to the events of the end of the Venomverse miniseries, the Carnage symbiote, it's not bonded to anybody, right? And it has rid itself of all of these standard symbiote weaknesses like fire and sonics and that kind of thing. And it's almost unstoppable. It's basically godlike, and it thinks of itself as a god. But it starts to wonder, what is my purpose? Who prays to me? Who worships me? That kind of thing. And it winds up back on Earth, and it knows what it needs, and what it needs is to be bonded back with Cletus Cassidy. Now, Cletus Cassidy's return is explained in this issue. I will not tell you what it is, and me telling you that is not a spoiler because that is literally what the point of this series is the Carnage symbiote being bonded back with Cletus Cassidy. So everything is explained in the book. It is a little bit comic booky, but it actually does kind of make sense within the context of the story. So once all that happens, it's not really much of a symbiote book as much as it is a very creepy Cletus Cassidy, a very cold and calculated serial killer. So he goes around and he kills 12 different victims and he numbers their bodies. And I don't really know why. I don't really know yet if there's a connection between each one of his victims or if they're random or even really why he's doing it other than this. He's just a psychopathic serial killer. But there's very little symbiote in this, and it's mostly, like I said, just Cletus Cassidy using the powers of the symbiote, but it's mostly Cletus Cassidy in this, and it's very, very creepy. It's a lot less fantastical than just a bunch of symbiotes smashing each other with all their symbiote powers. Like I said, it's just Cletus Cassidy just being very cold and creepy and really scary. Now, this book also features Flash Thompson, who has the anti-venom symbiote within him, and it can sense that something is going on, that there's danger nearby, or that something's going on. I don't remember if it can sense Carnage specifically, but it knows that something is out there, and so he is going to be part of this story too, trying to investigate these murders and seeing if there's a relation between all of them and really what Cletus Cassidy is up to. So that's a whole cool extra part of the story because we haven't really seen him in a little while. But this was just so much better than I thought it was going to be. Like I said, I was dreading reading another Carnage or symbiote book, but this one was really good thanks to Cletus Cassidy being very calm and collected, but also very sinister and, like I said, very scary. So if you are a fan of the symbiotes and Carnage and the Carnage Cletus Cassidy relationship and all that stuff, I do recommend this because, like I said, it defied my expectations much better than I thought. So let me know if you pick this up on Wednesday, and if you do, let me know what you think about it.